gave NFA 85 billion from 2018 to 2022. They sold rice of 66 billion. Theoretically, they should be having 151 billion in cash, because those two are additives. One is a subsidy, the other one is a sale. So this is not just another 75,000 bags scandal. It's, how deep? Deep na. Kailangan i-account nyo yung NG subsidy at i-account nyo rin yung proceeds from sales. Yes, Asis.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is just to correct my earlier response to the Honorable Congressman Pudiano when he asked the question who provided the list to the ombudsman. I just received a note from the secretary that actually he's the one who sent the list of NFA officials upon request of the ombudsman. But this list was taken from NFA as well.
So now it's clear that the list was not produced by ombudsman investigator on the law. It comes from your office, but of course that was the list provided by NFA
to the secretary.
To the secretary.
And this happened, Your Honor, during the time when the secretary was in WTO in Abu Dhabi. So he was coordinating with the ombudsman, and the ombudsman requested for a list. And so what the honorable secretary did was to provide him the list.
Oh, so Mr. Chairman, eto.
Yes.
Kanina kasi NFA denied that they provided the list to the ombudsman. Now, admin, eto na ngayon, si secretary na mismo nagsabi. He confirms that the list was submitted to the ombudsman to the request of ombudsman sa opisina niya. O pero yung list nanggaling sa inyo. O kanina sabi mo wala. O who's telling the truth? The secretary or you?
Actually, ang sumagot doon si AAPO Santos, no?
Yeah,
Pero
but you never corrected.
no, kasi kaya nga I'm answering now. NFA did not provide, no? As far as I'm because of course I'm not going to incriminate myself, no?
So who
I did not
provided? The secretary.
I'm not aware, Your Honor.
Oh. Ay, yung mga subordinates mo.
We did not get any request from DA to provide a list.
Yeah. Chairman, Yusek Perez is raising. Sige, please proceed na lang. Yusek Perez.
Mr. Chair, again, the coordination was made by the ombudsman, I believe, through texting, because at that time the honorable secretary was in Abu Dhabi, and this is, I believe, again, because I was with the secretary when this was happening, so he was using Viber, and so this data was probably taken by the secretary through a Viber request. So, but we can verify that later. But what is clear to me was the information on the list of those employees of NFA was requested by the ombudsman during the coordination with the ombudsman, because as I mentioned earlier, even before the ombudsman decision or the suspension came out, the secretaries was already aware, in fact, coordinating with the ombudsman on the investigation. Thank you, Mr.
Anyway, Chairman, ang communication and submission between the good secretary, Viber man yan, whatever, established na yan. In short, hindi ang ombudsman. Di ba? Ang nag-produce ng listahan kung di galing sa DA. No other than the Secretary of DA. Ang question ngayon, sinong nag-provide ng list sa Secretary para i-submit sa ombudsman? Di ba? Kasi kanina, again, twice na ito tinanong, sabi ni Admin Bioko, saka yung mga tao niya, wala daw. And you provide that document. Kasi ang nalalagay dito sa problema, ngayon yung secretary na, it's not anymore the ombudsman. Alam mo, pagpapadala ka ng listahan na, nandun yung mga patay, nag-retire na, tapos naka-on leave, tapos isuspend mo for 6 months.
I think, you psychosis? Or it may, the committee may require the presence of
NFA,
the
ganito lang
secretary.
NFA. Eto, last na lang last. Kasi at the end of the day, makuha rin natin
Yeah.
kung sino ang nag-send sa secretary. Now, whoever in this room na nag-send sa secretary, please, please volunteer. Para next hearing, wala tayong problema. Kasi pag nagka-problema tayo dito, Viber man yan o whatever communication between the good secretary and people from the NFA,
Okay.
I will not hesitate to cite that person in contempt.
Okay, thank you
Mr.
very much. You can continue the questioning later. Yes, Congressman Vilala.
Mr. Chair, may I ask na lang our chairman kung yung binanggit ng COA kanina, kasi binabanggit natin yung disposal problem, yung five ways to dispose yung bigas, no. So I don't know kung very pa to, kung baka masyado pa maaga. Kasi nabanggit ni Mr. David na yung 75,000 bags nandun ba sa loob. So ngayon kung may undergoing investigation tayo, ang tanong ko lang, si Mr. David pa rin ba is allowed to withdraw that 75,000 even though meron na tayong inquiry right now regarding dun sa disposal ng NFA, Mr. Chair?
I'm not a lawyer, but I think NFA should be able to answer that. Who's the legal advisor of NFA? It is a subject of inquiry, bayad na, but still in the possession of NFA. Iskoto, ba't nandito ka? Before ka dapat Nilipat ka na ba? Ikaw. So sino nagsumbong sa'yo? Para masagot na si Paduano, huwag mo nang paano. Paano yan? Parallel investigation? One from the secretary, one from the ombudsman. So, meron ka mga preliminary findings? When did you start?
Mr. Chair, we've just been designated March 1.
March 9 na ngayon.
That was Friday, last Friday. And we started collating all the documents at this point and talking also to some of the key personalities that are involved in the controversy.
Okay.
But,
So,
by next, yes, sir.
obvious naman kagad na yung IRR was deficient, no? To provide sufficient controls with respect to the behavior of the NFA personnel.
That will form part, sir, of the
Okay, make this the biggest part. In reality, we gave NFA 85 billion from 2018 to 2022. They sold rice of 66 billion. Theoretically, they should be having 151 billion in cash. Because those two are additives. One is a subsidy, the other one is a sale. So this is not just another 75,000 bags scandal. This I have here, naano lang ako kasi parang you're trying to limit the issue to that particular 75,000 when in fact, refreshing what you have bought at plus the NG subsidy. So yung kinolect nyo na pupunta sa CPF, no? What's it called? Rice collection account. And then the NG subsidy goes to their direct to their equity. So basically, you're not talking here about a 75,000 bags issue. You're talking about a 6-year issue that's amounting to 160 billion. That should be accounted for. Kasi binigyan namin kayo ng 86, saan nyo dinala? Sabi nyo, binili nyo. Pero pagkabili nyo, binenta nyo. So saan napunta? Kasi binigyan namin kayo ng pera, o ibili mo to. Pagkabenta mo, the following year, yung first year ng RTLA, binigyan namin kayo ng 12. Nagbenta kayo, 16. So dapat, kasi 16, di ba? Nabawi mo. So 16 plus yung binigay ng pin. Ay sila, babawasin natin dito yung mga sweldo. Tapos noong 2019, binigyan ulit namin kayo ng 12. Nakabenta kayo ng 18. Noong 2020, binigyan kayo namin ng 36. nagkalat tayo dahil hindi tayo nakabili agad. Di ba? March, remember? March, rice prices went as high. And then you sold only 14. So I think, Mr. Chair, all the records pertaining to year 2020 should be, kailangan natin, we should go deeper here. At hindi puro mata NFA pakulong. Pati yung private sector. Napaka-obvious naman dito, Diyos Maria Josep. Now, we keep hammering on lowly government employees. Well, in fact, who made the money? Of course, the private conspirators. So I think we should go beyond ASIS. I think at the appropriate times, as Vice Chair, I think we are asking you to give us the entire records from 2018 to 2022 and even 2023. Subsidy from NG, 85 billion. Proceeds from sale, asan na nga yung ano yan? Asan ba yung booking niya ng COA? Sino yung COA dito? Alam naman hindi nyo ito nahalata. Sir, yung mga remittances, shouldn't it go directly to the BTR or the sales? Instead, I find here that they've been retaining the proceeds of their sale, as well as getting the subsidy from the NG. Hindi to biro-biro eh. Kasi yes, Asis, can you answer that? At least enlighten us.
Yes, Mr. Chair, that is the reason why the investigating committee will not investigate only this particular instance, which is being investigated by the NFA. The secretary made it clear that this investigation will include transactions beginning 2019 after RTL law was enacted. And if necessary,
So
Your Honor-
2019 to 2023.
yes, sir. And if necessary, then we can go back.
Akala ko naman dahil sa RTL, mga ayos na natin ang role ng NFA. Dahil nung mga unang panahon, dinirect absorb ng government ang 172 billion dahil bumili tayo ng mahal, nagbenta tayo ng mura. Remember, 18 pesos? Pero ang bili mo, 27 sa labas. Alala mo yun? Panahon ni Madam? Oh, nalugi ang NFA. Lumobo ang debt nyo. Umabot ang 172 billion, puro land bank. Sa China Bank. Tapos ang ginawa natin para maayos-ayos nga to, pina-absorb natin sa NG, direct NG debt absorption of the NFA para NFA begins from zero. Zero debt. You're not there. You were not there.
No, sir.
So who was there? Sir, siguro lahat na bumili ng refreshing of stocks, I think should be called to account. From 2019 up to 2023. Yung private sector, sir, sino bumili ng refreshing? Wala akong magagawa eh. Kalukuhan na to eh. 156 billion, 86 billion binigay ng NG, pera. Nagbenta kayo ng bigas, pera din, 66. Saan napunta? Kaya lahat yan, hindi po pwede hindi isama ang private sector dito. Yung bumili ng mura. Kasi bantay mo, taga Bicol ako, ni isang molino doon, wala kayong nakuha para i-remeal yung mga stock nyo doon sa Region 5. Ayan, sa UAS, yung pinakamalaking molino, Magayon Rice Mill. Ayan, Sis Cotto.
Actually, I'm asking the chair what will happen to sa hindi pa na withdraw na bigas na 75,000 since meron tayong ongoing investigation.
Yes,
Well, Yusek Asis or yes.
May I
please.
request the counsel for NFA to respond?
Santos, you're supposed to answer.
Yeah, Mr. Santos, would you want to answer or would you want to defer to your legal?
No, sir.
He defers to the Wilkins.
Well, Mr. Chair and Your Honors, prudent dictates that as of now, we don't have to issue now the 75,000 bags of
Yung pera hindi yung sole.
we can, pwede na rin isoli sa repair. But with the approval of the NFA Council.
Yes, I hope that you can convene the council soon to discuss this matter.
Yes, yes,
Oh, I know.
Your Honor.
IRR may issue dito.
Okay, so Kong Joseph, is that satisfactory to your concerns? Yes. So anyway, while I was away, my apologies. So I think the ombudsman has expressed his dismay, given the fact that nobody would want to admit earlier who submitted the list to the office of the ombudsman. So I think Yusek Asis Perez confirmed that the list came from NFA. From the ombudsman coming from the office of the secretary, but coming from NFA.
Mr. Chair, may I be allowed to speak?
Yes.
Upon representations with the NFA management and the staff, we received an email, sir, but this concerns the members of, it reads that the members of the El Nino Task Force from the Department of Agriculture will conduct an emergency meeting this morning at Region 4B for the assessment of damage and losses. In view thereof, an office from the Department of Agriculture would like to request for the following data. Number 1 is updated list of the warehouses with details such as location and the name and contact number of the respective warehouse managers. It appears that the data available in the NFA website was last updated in 2021. Sir, what the NFA management have submitted to the Department of Agriculture is for purposes of the El Nino Task Force, sir. Not in any way in accordance.
139.
Yes, the list, sir, of the warehouses na may naka-specify pong places, we complied with the orders na to submit updated list of warehouses, details
Okay,
with
yes, sige,
location.
attorney. So in the guise of the El Nino, supposedly,
That is
that
the
correct, Yusek Asis?
Because again, Mr. Chair, I have to repeat that this coordination with the ombudsman happened when the secretary was in Abu Dhabi. And so the list that was with him came from NFA. And that list from NFA is the one that he sent to the ombudsman. And so that is why in response, direct response to the question propounded by Congressman Punduano, I am now correcting my earlier statement that the DA did not provide. Instead, for the record, Mr. Chair, it is the secretary who provided the list to the ombudsman from data taken from NFA.
Data taken.
Okay,
So no
taken from
particular individual was
Yes.
tasked to submit to you.
Yes, that was the statement, that was the text that I received earlier, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so at least that is clear. Mr. Santos, did you encounter any communication seeking for a list?
None, Your Honor, because I was just designated as OIC yesterday.
Yes, but have you
And
dealt with
I
any?
don't have any knowledge on
Yes,
the
or
listing
anyone
whatsoever.
from the field of investigation office
None, Your Honor. I
has
don't
at
have
least
any
approached
knowledge of-
you to submit these certain documents?
None, Your Honor. Because I was not the Assistant Administrator for Finance and Administration. And I don't know whatever the listing said to have been, kung saan galing po yung list.
Okay, so anyway, that is it, attorney, yung submission. So can I get that in writing, please? Both from DA and NFA.
Yes, sir, we
On
will
the
submit.
manner, please.
Yes, sir, we will submit.
Thank you. Kong Joey?
No, I just wanted like a management audit of your performance from 2019 to 2023. Both the NG subsidy and the sales. And who were the beneficiaries of the sale for refreshing? Your 631 rule. Who were the private sector partners? Yes, sir. I didn't.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Hindi to Huwag niyong ililimit itong investigasyon dahil dyan sa 75,000 na yan. Dahil ang pinag-uusapan dito, nasaan ba yung 151 billion na dapat nandyan sa inyo? Ay, hindi ba sa'yo, nasa NFA dapat. Anyway, the COA is here naman, di ba?
Yes.
So bakit, magkano ba ang, isa lang tanong sir, magkano ngayon ang cash ng NFA?
Your Honor, may I defer the question to the audit team leader of the National NFA Central Office, Abdul Ghani.
Can I ask, can COA make a presentation to Congress with respect to the performance audit as well as financial audit of NFA from 2019 to 2023? Saan nila nire-remit? Doon pa lang sa pagpili kung saan nyo diniposito. May corruption na yan.
The audit teams assigned to the NFA are conducting financial audit and compliance audit only. Regarding to performance audit and other audits, there are other offices in the central office that are conducting the audit.
So anyway, I leave it to the chairman how far he wants this, how deep.
Deep na.
Kailangan i-account nyo yung NG subsidy at i-account nyo rin yung proceeds from sales. Those are additives. Ha? Siya na lang.
Ways and means daw.
Ay, nako.
Performance fees.
So yun na. Puro basura, i-dispose mo na. Anyway, I think it's properly moved, Mr. Chair, that we go
Yes.
as far as with respect to investigating the performance of where the NG subsidy went and where the proceeds from the sale of grains went. So I think at least those two. Meron kagad lumalabas, out of the 150, 20 billion was losses. So may 130 ka pa to account for.
Yes.